3 steals. He also drew 9 Lakers fouls and turned it over just once. We'll talk a little bit more about Cooper and his debut a little later in the show. As you know, everyone is in Vegas right now. It's the center of the NBA universe. And look at who we have here. Mark Lowry and Alex Rodriguez, now officially the owners of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I want to start from the beginning, guys. I know you guys are best friends. You guys do a lot together. When did you guys decide that you wanted to own an NBA team?
Well, yeah. I'll tell you what, Mark and I took a run at the New York Mets, and it was an incredible process. It took about 8 months. We were the second winners, and when that kind of fell through, we were very disappointed, and shortly after came this opportunity, and in a 5-10 minute call, we said, let's go for it.
Yeah, that was basically it. It was a blessing in disguise looking back now. We couldn't be happier.
Alex, you personally, you and Michael Jordan, the two former athletes turned owners, governors, like not minority, but the co-owners here with Mark Lowry. What does that make you feel being in that position to say you and Michael Jordan, like that's a prestigious role for you guys after being athletes?
I mean, first of all, it's just an incredible honor. I mean, to be part of this incredible, both leagues, W and the NBA. Michael is someone who I looked up to for a very long time as Magic. Magic's been also a good friend and a great mentor, and I just think about that 12-year-old boy who saw his mom working 2 jobs and collecting food stamps, and to go from there to here with a great partner like Mark, I just could not be more honored.
I want to know a little bit more about the dynamic between you two. This is the first time I've ever hung out with you guys, and I've seen you guys kind of bickering back and forth. What is the business relationship between you guys, and how does that work out?
Yeah, well, we're like co-chairman, co-founders of a startup. I think that's the way we operate. We're great friends, as you said, and you know, we share a common set of values, but we come at it with a complementary set of skills. And I think we always seem to get to a better answer when we're thinking about something together. So yeah, I think it's been great, and it's only getting better with time. So
I think about it, Christine, from a basketball perspective, right? And Alex Rodriguez, Mark Lowry, now you guys are going to be a luxury tax-paying team for the 2nd straight year. Before that, this franchise hadn't done that in over 20 years. So you guys are projected to be high spenders moving forward. How do you guys view that now? Like, do you guys want to continue to spend at a high level? How do you view spending in today's NBA?
Yeah, I mean, you know, just like a startup, you're investing into the future enterprise value of the team, and that's on behalf of the fans, that's on behalf of the community, and the players, right, as well as us. But you know, the franchise values are increasing at a rapid rate, and we're taking that money and reinvesting it back in to create a winning culture, a sustainable culture of winning. So, yeah.
I got paid a few times as an MLB player, so now you're on the other side with Mark here, having to take care of players coming up on deals. How do you view that as an owner?
I mean, I just think that the NBA and the WNBA are 2 of the greatest leagues in the world. They're both global leagues. By far, 2 biggest assets are the fan base, the communities, and our players. I mean, if you think about the amount of talent that you have around the globe, 30% of our league comes from outside of the U.S. You could probably say it'll be 40% in the next 10 years. So I think we're in a great place. I think players are our partners, and the league is growing, and it's just really an exciting time.
Shams, I like that you just mentioned how much money A-Rod made when he was playing, because there's an article on .com right now that speculates that the first NBA player to make $1 million a game could be Anthony Edwards. When you think about that, what comes to mind? What do you think about?
Well, I think that the sign of the game is very healthy. The revenues are growing. Obviously, we signed a new 11-year deal, media deal, which is very healthy. And look, without the players and without the fans, you have no league. So that's what's really exciting. I'm a player. I think player first all the time, most of the time, all the time. And to see a guy like Anthony Edwards and his development over the last 4 or 5 years, you got to give him a lot of credit.
I think there's a lot of speculation whether or not Anthony Edwards will be the face of the league, the face of the franchise. I know that you've been there before. What do you wish the public knew about how much it takes to be the face of a franchise and of a league? You know,
I'll go first, and Mark, I'd love to hear from you as well. I mean, probably different aspects of it. I remember sitting at a Miami Heat game a couple of years ago for the playoffs, and all Anthony Edwards talked about, and he sat right next to me for 2 games, how much he wanted to be in the Western Conference Finals, go to the finals, and win a title. And when I talked to him today, I mean, he's going to the gym 2 or 3 times a day, running stairs the other day at Twins Field, and he is 100% committed to being a great basketball player, not a social media star, but one of the great basketball players of all time.
Yeah, I mean, as a startup founder, I've never been a professional athlete before, but I definitely respect his work ethic. I mean, he's dialed in, and he really appreciates the game, and I think that's important.
So you guys, when you guys started purchasing the team, there's multiple layers, right? Investing in the community, the players, building those dynamics back again with your fan base. Another thing also that I know has been in the works is a new arena plan at some point, you know, whether it's in the 2030s, whatever. I know, Mark, you have a lot of great, bright ideas. As a creative type, how do you guys envision that whole process, and you personally, Mark, with your mind?
Yeah, no, I think treat it with a clean slate. Look at the best of what's been done everywhere else and see where there's room for improvement, to introduce technology to increase the fan experience, whether it be augmented reality or what have you. You know, when we do it, we're going to do it right, and we're going to, you know, push to create the best arena and the best fan experience in all sports. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Is there anything innovative that you guys are planning to do when it comes to the fan experience specifically?
Yeah, I mean, we just announced today that we signed a deal with Jump. So Alex and I helped co-found Next Gen Ticketing Exchange. That's very cool. That's fully integrated fan experience that I think is going to take it to another level. You're able to, just we'll give you one little teaser, you're able to move from any seat to any other seat in the arena in real time during the game. So if somebody leaves fourth quarter, that seat frees up. Anybody in the arena could, in a reverse auction, move down to that seat. It could be $10, $5, whatever. So it's fully dynamic ticketing exchange, which should always keep seats full close to any sporting event. So that's just one piece of it. There's a lot of tentacles to it.
So they would have to auction. They would have to auction to get that seat.
It just automatically happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like Uber.
Okay.
And Christy, this actually started in a conversation Mark and I had probably 4 years ago, where we were always the kids that snuck into Yankee Stadium or Shea Stadium. It would be in the upper deck. We paid $2, and then the goal is by the 7th or 8th inning, you're all the way down behind home plate.
Way down.
Because you got to move. You got to be quicker than the ushers. And Mark, all of a sudden, like a week later, he's like, I got an idea, and boom, we started Jump.
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
I love that. You could be sitting courtside by the end of the game. That's amazing. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on all that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's get back to the action on the court last night. Time for our big 3 plays of the night. Number 3, Carter Bryant, the number 14 pick in the draft out of Arizona. What did he do? There he is with a block off the backboard for the Spurs. He had 5 points and 3 blocks. At number 2,
He was a monster defensively.
he was.
Come on, show Johan.
All right, number 2, Labissiere. He was also a monster. Put back.
Ooh,
That was crazy. Put him out on poster.
former Kentucky legend.
He had 14 points off the bench. All right, and number 1 play. Jamari, you know people say booyah.
He was.
Yay. Buzzer beater. Wait for it. There it is. 4-3. Should you storm the court during Summer League?
When you hit game winners in Summer League,
Is that what you should do? Christine Williamson, Bobby Marks, Sham Sharania, and Udonis Haslem here. Start with the good, UD. What did you see from Cooper that you liked last night?
Well, the defense, his activity defensively. Oftentimes, and everybody on this panel can tell you, it's hard to get young guys to play weak side defense, to take your 2-9, which is people at home, be in the paint when the ball's on the other side. You see his first steal was him from being on the help side, getting out on the break. You see the block. That's once again him being on the help side, being the low man, getting that block, and then getting out in transition and not just going downhill, being overly aggressive, making the right play at the right time. I know he felt like that was the worst game of his career. Cooper, you probably gonna have worse games in the NBA, but that is not a bad game to start with. That is something that we see, and guys that know basketball say, okay, that's something to work with. You got something there, Dallas.
I thought him being uncomfortable was probably the most important thing I saw. And before the game, I walked out with Jason Kidd, and I said, are we going to see him at point guard? And he goes, first possession. And you saw that with Cooper. And basically what the Lakers did, they threw a double at him. I've never seen that before in a Summer League game. They threw a double at him, and we saw him primarily at point guard. And you know that this is about experimenting. Summer League is all about experiment. We can throw 5 for 21 out the window. It's about putting a player in an uncomfortable position, kind of getting him out of his comfort level. And we saw that. And what I'll remember from this game is the block and then the transition as far as the assist to win this game.
Do you remember your first game, UD, ever playing in the NBA? Because I would imagine there's not only the pressure of playing for the first time, but when you think about how much pressure Coop has, I know we said he doesn't have that much pressure. He's going to the Mavs. But wouldn't that be a factor in how he played last night?
Yeah, I think so. Any young guy comes in, any young guy when you're stepping into some league, except for undrafted guys like myself. Undrafted guys like myself, you got to put up numbers, you got to turn heads.
Yeah.
You cannot have a bad offensive game. But a guy like Cooper Flag, you're not judging him off his numbers at the end of the game. You're really judging him, like Bobby said, how does he deal in uncomfortable situations? Can he get comfortable being uncomfortable? And high stress situations, is he going to make the right play? Is he going to get guys involved? Is he going to get guys open? And offensively, when he came down and he had an open side and he had a mismatch, he recognized that space and he took advantage of that every single time. That is encouraging for an 18-year-old young man.
Yeah, he's so young. You talked to Mark Cuban after his debut. What did he say?
Yeah, I spoke to Mark Cuban last night and today just for his overall thoughts being there with Patrick Dumont, the owner, Kyrie Irving, that whole team. He said to me that Cooper Flag is a far better passer than they anticipated when he came in for summer league workouts. He said his size, vision, his IQ, they're already elite. They feel like every single game that goes by, Mark Cuban said he's going to learn more and more about the game. He was getting to his spots. He was getting his shots off. He was making an impact on both ends of the floor. Those are all positive signs for a template for him moving forward.
UD, when you think about Coop's game, a lot of people said he didn't have weaknesses, but what is something that you think he should work on, if anything?
He got to get a little stronger. We watched him try to back down Bronny, and he wasn't really moving Bronny.
Yeah.
And Bronny's, what, a year removed from college, but also he came out early too. So these are two young men, but that's nothing to really worry about because most young guys, when they come in this league, they have to adjust to the physicality. They have to adjust to the strength. You're not playing against kids anymore. You're playing against grown men. You have to guard your yard. So understanding just the physicality of the game, getting stronger, that's something that will come with time. I think